Fire Radio, and you're listening to Yes, I'm Jerome Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, massive.
Let me see his money, Joe.
Yes, massive, wagwan. Andrew Robinson, Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joe.
Bringing communities together around the world. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
It's the mother-effing messenger. It's the mother-effing messenger. It's the mother-effing, it's the mother-effing, it's the mother-effing messenger. It's the mother-effing messenger. It's the mother-effing, it's the mother-effing, it's the mother-effing messenger. Starting out, I just wanted to be the greatest. See my mama couldn't go into these places. You understand? She did my dance, took me drive crazy. Say go on stage and I want to more than slap nigga faces. But you was a real nigga, but you held it down for your people. You were a rich nigga, mate. I know these niggas' names and where they live, and I swear to God, take it from now and shadow for native. I just wanted to rap. I just wanted to tour the whole world with my squad. I just wanted to buy a few houses for my moms. I just wanted to be an inspiration to the masses. And they achieve plan up for wiki, don't need harness. And they save the ganja like in testicle damage. And they go on a bango, but in my mom's pajamas. And they calculate the most stuff all the time. And they be there, good all in the same.
Fire Radio.
Real G's moving silence. You see me in the streets, the big as Christopher Wallace. I've been on this game for a long time. You can never take my shit for granted. You can never ever make a nigga see the same vision that you ain't. No. Fuck loyalty, not the respect. The only time we break bread is when you prove to me you won't tell. Lose sleep, sink ships, such an old tale. These are some of the lessons I had to learn the hard way. Like the art of being alone, deep in your thoughts. Had to realign my purpose, kubadish your passage. Now I'm stacking up the stocks, trying to be a boss. I realized that maybe I be shaking the wrong hands. All these niggas switching like they changing the program. Really, I was truly thinking that we would hold hands. Smashing our clothes, we could all be our own man. Get to your own man. With a house of peace and peace, the ways of old man. Cherish every moment as I embellish my flow. I got relics of the past, they on my neck hanging low. And I'm ready if you're ready, if it's wrong, then let's go. I was a skinny nigga rapping, feeling more like let's go. Hitting while your coaches texting me like let's go. Man, it's the blue, I want you on red, get it. The fast message me to say my sound is so hard. Most time, got my niggas in the close by. Get the green level up, got me feeling like a Popeye. Got me feeling like a Popeye. Every time I grab a book, I cook with the most high. Got my niggas in the close by. Get the green level up, got me feeling like a Popeye. Got me feeling like a Popeye.
Yes, family, karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show right here on the Black Fire Network radio station. Exactly 12 minutes past the top of the hour. It is exactly 1 p.m. right here in the 254. Exactly 12 minutes past 1 p.m. Sorry. But yes, karibuni sana. That is HR, the messenger with Game Time 2. And welcome to this conversation. And in case you're here for the first time wondering, where is this place? This is the Black Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. And I hope you are doing amazing, having a wonderful Tuesday so far. It is a beautiful Tuesday right here, a beautiful afternoon, and I hope you're having a beautiful morning for those who are listening to us all the way from diaspora. Shout out to everyone with us on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our TikTok page, on Rumble Live, on Spreaker itself, on the radio station app, and also on the show page. Karibuni sana, and of course, hope you guys stick through till the end of the show as we get to share today's conversation. Apparently, I promised you guys to share the video of the ongoing that is the revealed video of the sand that is being sold to so many Kenyans, and I won't be able to share that. I'll share that with you the next episode that is remaining on WhatsApp page. For those who are with us yesterday on the Africa Today show, Keith apparently says if he's gonna be tuning in on my show, he doesn't want to listen to that sad story because it is crazy where you can't make your mind up. Like you can't. It doesn't ring a bell how Africans are being scammed this bad and we're falling for the trap. But anyway, karibuni sana. And today's conversation, we shall be focusing on Congo, where we can see Paul Kagame, despite him a few weeks ago saying that actually is in denial of not supporting, that is the M23 rebel, which I have an article, and of course, some of the facts that show that he has been part and parcel of supporting the ongoing war in DRC Congo. We see that he has actually eventually agreed to meet with Felix Tshisekedi, and we shall be discussing about this to see what is the meeting all about. What are the lies that we are about to fall for? We shall also be talking about what is happening, and that is when it comes to the deployment of the police officers from Kenya, that is the Kenyan troops, and we've seen that Kenya is pushing so hard with this motion to still deploy our people over there, because I see Kithure Kindiki had something to say yesterday, and that is after yesterday we discussed, which was our major focus of the day, about undisclosed number of the troops withdrawing from this mission. So what is really happening? Is it because the money has already been pocketed, which you know is a yes, but again, I mean, what is happening with those who, why wouldn't they say no? Why are we seeing a number just moving and a number not moving? We shall also be talking about Chad. I think that is also among my discussion, where we can see introduction of free water and electricity in the households. This is something very positive, but we shall be checking what's the funding behind all this. Because when Africans get help, someone has paid a price, or someone is going to pay a price, and it's not for free or in vain. Because I mean, how many places do we need water? We had to wait for Mr. Who? The YouTuber. It's crazy. We shall also be talking about the Haiti Prime Minister again, because we related this on the Vibe Show early in the morning, but I'll be discussing deeper into it. And this is after we've seen the Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, resigning from his seat, and that was during the weekend. We saw he was threatened by the gangs in the city not to actually step a foot over there. We shall also discuss about the false information, which I feel like for me that is because the narrative that media always want to create when it comes to African countries is to favor them and favor the narrative of those who control the world. Is that Niger citizens are struggling with so pricing of food commodities, which I kind of feel is not true, because last year and the beginning of this year we saw that Niger is growing economically, and this is because of agriculture. But nonetheless, karibuni sana once again. I'll play one more jam, short and sweet, and of course we'll be coming back with the quote of the day of today. This is by the one and only Jay Haas, and I hope you get to enjoy this. It says it is called Come Look, and shout out to João Mosquito wherever he is. Hope he's doing amazing this wonderful morning.
Come gamble your life, I dare you, pussy. Burning in the bush, but keep it bushy. Strapped for the originals, that's Vivian Bully. Where's my cash grabbers and Gaza Woody? Dirty hood rap gal just looking for nookie, but I don't even look her. Just cop the new splash out, I'm looking for cookies. Then cop another cooker. Balls off my joker, may do I in Juma. Tuesday is Friday, may all the uppers fry. I mean, all my niggas come alive. Fries, bean,
broad day, summertime. The rider team, Axman, KB, and Sky. I can't even lie, me, I love the other side. But let me do paper, let me not glamorize. Now fuck the paper, let me tell you about the hammer size. Let me take you through the hood, let me summarize. Do you know how to lie looking in mama's eyes? When you know there's something missing from a kitchen drawer. Mom, you don't know what I'm on a mission for. Put 2 in his chest and give him some more. Give him galore, had to kick in the door. Playing sports every day when you're living to score. Now his heart and his lungs, the liver is sore. Dirty rider, living on his last score. Made them niggas suffer in this new umbrella. My nigga in the can riding time concurrent. Weatherman had to go there and change the current. Defense is offense, come on touch nothing. They be talking greasy, but I'm promising nothing. Cut the first man out the rest of them cutting. I'm not selling jaws, but what I got in my paws. Big shotgun, I told you today I'm shotting. It's really shocking, electric shocking. When you finish all your bells, you got a gun bucking. Take all his goods, not to lock off the shoes. Remember it was 5 man had to hold up the hood. We had to hold it up, hurry load it up. Put my finger in his belly, now my ball is stuck. That's disgusting.
Yes, J us coming in with Come Look. And of course, that's an album that was released last year. But this is not a musical show. Remember to catch us tonight on the Culture Show with Kamlesh and myself. That is exactly from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. where we bring you nothing but good vibes, good music. And of course, maybe in the DJ today on the desk. Expect much more of this and much more coming from right here on the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. Shout out to Nikki. Karibu Sana. Nice to see you right here on TikTok. And of course, big up to everyone with us on Facebook or those who shall be catching the show later on Facebook, on YouTube, on a replay. Hope you guys get to enjoy. Leave your sentiments, your comments behind what you think or rather feel about the debate that we are about to have right here. My name is Joby once again, and I'd love to remind you to also download our Black Hot Fire Network app. In case you do not have it on your phone, kindly do rush into the Google Play Store. 1 minute of your time, and you'll be able to stream live with us, not miss a single show, or you'll be able also to purchase some merchandise or even win some cash prizes right here on the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. Karibuni sana once again, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Mine is great, and like I said, today we shall be talking about what is happening in DRC Congo, where we can see Felix Tshisekedi and Kagame are about to meet. But before we get to that, and before we get to move to Kenya, I want to go to some conspiracy theory, because for me, I feel like this is a conspiracy theory. You know, this to me feels like a conspiracy theory, and I want to check the facts before we get into the conspiracy theory. So I want to ask Google, how is Niger's economy today? I think last year when we checked the growth, the growth of that is economically, especially Niger was among the top countries in Africa, and this is because of agriculture, because we've seen that they have taken control of majority of the things in their country and all that. But I see Google is telling me that the real GDP growth fell to 3.3 in 2022 from 3.6 in 2021, and I'm trying to see if it has improved. Let's see. Has Niger's economy grown? It has grown. If Google does not give me facts because it's hiding the truth nowadays, then you know what's up. But yeah, Niger's economy strongly recovered in 2022 after 2 years of weak growth, and this primarily due to a good agricultural season thanks to a favorable rain and an expansion of irrigated land. That was by 2022, but also this year we saw that the GDP was growing drastically, and it was amazing. It was super amazing. But that's why I'm saying this is a conspiracy theory, and when you check the facts and what is happening on the ground, what the mainstream media is saying, because reports coming in today, we had yesterday, it was the Muslims brothers celebration where they were celebrating the Ramadan, and they're saying that as the holy month of Ramadan commences for Muslims in Niger, citizens are grappling with the skyrocketing prices, making it increasingly difficult to afford essential items. I mean, that sounds like a red flag to me, and that sounds like a conspiracy theory to me. Number one. The transition of power has left the country's economy in turmoil. I mean, that's where they're headed. I mean, didn't you see it coming? Didn't you just see it coming the moment I started saying this is a conspiracy theory? Didn't you hear that coming? Didn't you expect them to actually blame the current government, the current democracy, the current sovereignty to be the one making the economy turmoil, like they're saying? It's crazy. But I'll read that again. As the holy month of Ramadan commences for Muslims in Niger, citizens are grappling with skyrocketing prices, making it increasingly difficult to afford essential items. And I'm warning you, it's not true. The transition of power has left the country's economy in a turmoil, exacerbated by an embargo imposed by neighboring countries that lasted nearly 8 months. And the lifting of the embargo just weeks before Ramadan ordered a glimmer of hope, but the reality on the ground remains dire. Basic necessities such as rice, sugar, oil, milk, essential for Ramadan observance, have become prohibitively expensive for many Nigerians. Namely, residents Khadija, who I won't read the second name, experience at her local market reflects the challenges facing ordinary citizens. These are paid coons to talk. And then understand, we still have coons in these countries. As much as we saw Niger fully being supported, or the junta being fully supported, it doesn't mean that everyone there did understand why we have a coup or why we had a coup. We still have bootlickers there. Even the ones who are still working with Ibrahim Traoré, like we know we have bootlickers over there. All these juntas, literally all of them, they have bootlickers who are watching them and who are easily to buy and change their mentality. But they also add another. So these are residents who have been paid, because we have Khadija, we have Souman. Souman, I don't know their name. Those are two witnesses who are claiming that, since the takeover of this democracy, situations in the country have gotten so worse. This is what we call conspiracy theory, family. This is conspiracy theory. But let me share the video as we see I know they're going to repeat in the same terms, but let's see.
As the holy month of Ramadan commences for Muslims in Niger, citizens are grappling with skyrocketing prices, making it increasingly difficult to afford essential items. The lifting of the embargo just weeks before Ramadan offers a glimmer of hope, but the reality on ground remains dire. A sack of sugar costs 32,000.
This is the same bullshit. And let me tell you, this is what now Nigeria, this is what Nigeria and the president's kind of backlash should be facing. Because it's crazy to see that 2 weeks ago we had a demonstration in Mina district, in Mina region or Mina state, however they call it. But this is the same place this coon has been given a whole airport under his name. A whole airport has been named under him. Oh, for what? Developing the country. Developing the country. This is just crazy,
1,000 francs CFA. 25 kilo makes 18,000 CFA. We cannot pay it. We can't pay.
And then understand, we had both. That was actually Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. I'm not sure if the three countries, but since we've been seeing them working together in changing a lot, that the white supremacy left here, or rather, has been trying to, and change and all that. What they did when they were actually withdrawing the UN peacekeepers from their countries, withdrawing from ECOWAS, and all these kind of changes we've seen them making. One among the top things, and that was actually recent during the end of the year of 2023, where we saw that was Burkina Faso, the junta said it does not want any reports coming from the French media. None of these medias that are not state-owned media should get out. They should not be receiving any newspapers, nothing, because they all create these propagandas, like Keith, you're calling them, about and create a certain narrative about Africa. Shout out to Idris Elba again. So he's in Sierra Leone right now, building the city of what? I don't know. I can't remember how he called it. But shout out to him, and shout out to Ghanaians for understanding we're dealing with such bootlickers and coons. You know, because this is what we have right here. And I believe this should be an alert also to Africans as much as we're seeking revolution. Not everyone is in for revolution. We still have people who are, we have people who are easily to walk away and to not understand what people are fighting for. We have people who cannot change their mentality, who are so deep gone. And this is an example, what we have right here in Niger. I'd love to understand, because this is coming from the African news. Who funds African news? Because I'm certain it's not nobody coming from, no one from Africa. You know, how did they get to Niger to collect all this data? That is second. Are these people giving facts according to majority what they can say, or are these the minority who have been paid to just destroy the name of the current junta so they can say that this, whatever we call democracy, which we know is democracy, is not democracy, and we need to return the selected coons who claim we have sovereignty and democracy. You get it? It's crazy.
We ask the government to make it cheaper. The disparity between current prices and what citizens are accustomed to paying reflects the strain on household budgets.
And then understanding the coon in religion, that is both in Muslim. I don't even want to share much more of this, just wasting my time. Understanding the coon mindset in religion, and both Islam and Christianity, we all act the same. It's crazy how we think we're different just because we serve a different Jesus. But the way we've been manipulated mentally, it's all the same. All the same. All the same. So there are people who in these countries are going to be so hard to literally, instead of them helping the country prosper, they're trying to destroy the image of the country. You're busy praying, you're claiming how the situation of living is getting higher, but you're there raising your ass all high and not being disrespectful to the Muslim brothers. But what is that? You know, I'm not bending behind you. I'm not bending behind you. Maybe you ate some beans yesterday, I'm not bending behind you. No, I refuse. I refuse. You know, I do refuse. It is crazy. But I see Kid Karibu Sana once again. You are saying exactly 100%, and you're saying that the city of nonsense. I know that's right. And I also see you saying that exactly, Joby, the colonized mindset. Exactly. And you're saying that no, it's Europe. I mean, that is the African news. Yep. So the data is being collected by someone whose narrative favors the people who control the world. And that is what we need to understand. But moving forward to the next conversation, this is about Haiti, and where we can see the Prime Minister has withdrawn, resigned, from his chair. And this is amazing. I mean, it's the threat for you. Thought just because the US or the Western powers kept you here, now you're going to dictate to us what to do. I kind of love it, but again, I hate it. I only love it when whatever they are planning, it's uncontrollable. That is the worst part. Like what they have started, when it becomes uncontrollable, that is the craziest part. That is just crazy. But the worst part is where, like I said earlier today in the morning on the Vibe Show, is that I feel for the Haitians, because I feel like these gangs of the goons right now might have exceeded the numbers of the residents of Haiti. That is the scariest part. But the amazing part is, you thought now because, you've shaken Joe Biden's hands, Anthony Guterres, now you can come dictate to us. Hell no. Well, no. If only I can understand the mindset training behind these goons, because it's very ruthless. It's so ruthless. Like, it's ruthless. It is very ruthless. It's very ruthless. But yes, they're saying Haiti faces escalating turmoil as criminal gangs tighten their grip on Port-au-Prince, controlling up to 90% of the capital. 90%, from 80% to 80%. It was 80%. Now it is 90%. In the midst of the chaos, Prime Minister Ariel Henry has resigned and signaling a significant development in the country's fraught political landscape. And the move follows a gathering of Caribbean nations, UN representatives, of course, and and legates from other countries like France and the United States in Jamaica, and are aiming to find a solution to Haiti's pressing issue. However, Henry found himself stranded in Puerto Rico, unable to return to Port-au-Prince, where he engaged with CARICOM members remotely. Haiti's political landscape has been marred by instability since the assassination of the president, of course. And this is just super crazy. It is crazy. I wonder now what's next for Haiti. I wonder what's next for Haiti. I want to see how the rest of the world is going to play a role because, of course, expect the US to be involved. You can see already the UN, the EU, the AU. I don't know if the AU is involved in this or if they should, but they should. But since we're talking about fake organization, expect it to be there. We're going to see so many different Western powers, European powers coming in, trying to give us or give Haiti a solution. You know, and we can see one of them is deploying the Kenyan troops, which we saw yesterday, which was our major focus of the day. Remember, we read undisclosed number of the troops who are supposed to be deployed to Haiti did withdraw from the mission. So apparently after that happened, Kenya was like, hell no. Just because a number of people still withdrew from the whole mission, it doesn't mean that we're not going to push with the whole mission. Because mind you, I did read a couple weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, when I pulled articles of how much Kenya was funded. Remember, they received 100 and something million at the beginning. That was when the UN offered this amount of money, also featuring the US. Okay, let's give them a feature because they work together. And then we saw Kithure Kindiki after. They say that they demand much more money. That is to, you know, for the training and a lot of nonsense he mentioned on all that. And this added up to 36 billion Kenyan shillings. From 100 and something million to 36 billion Kenyan shillings. So from the word go, what we're getting, and then that was last week, we also saw last week on Thursday, we saw Ariel Henry was here. That is the prime minister who was just resigned today, or a few hours ago. He was in Kenya to have talks with our president about this deployment. So what we're getting from this, to make the long story short, is that no matter what happens, the deployment of these police officers is going to happen. I want to see how much Benin received, because I'm certain they're not doing it for free. They volunteered, but I'm certain this Kuna's president of Benin has received some money. So pardon my French as well, because it's the audacity of not seeing just with your very own bare eyes what is happening. If a whole president can be assassinated, a whole prime minister fears for his life. I mean, who are your people? Do they even know the beginning of all this drama? All these crises, people dying? No. We just follow orders. But yes, we can see that they're saying that the Kenyan-led Haiti mission in pre-deployed stage. Let me read that up. They're saying that the Kenyan government has vowed to go on with the deployment of the hundreds of police officers to Haiti, despite the escalating gang violence in the Caribbean country. Kenya's Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki yesterday said that the mission to send about 1,000 police officers to Haiti was in the pre-deployed stage. Mr. Kindiki also said that the laws and enforcement measures like detention and arrests have been finalized. Oh, wow. I mean, detention and arrest have been finalized. That's funny. It is funny. It is very funny. But the Kenyan government has addressed all issues raised in court that had blocked all the deployment of the police officers, and this is what Kithure Kinduki added. And then remember, I want to take you back to history a little bit. That was last month or last year, I can't remember. We had Ruto. That is after him receiving funds from the UN featuring the US, him pocketing the money, them receiving this 36 billion. That was actually before the 36 billion. After the 100 million, we had our courts blocking this, going against this. Then Ruto came and said, hey, we have corrupt judges in our system. Remember? Anything like that ring a bell? We have corrupt judges in our system who are actually blocking the agendas that are meant to make this country develop. One of them is genociding our people. I mean, voluntarily genociding our people. Is that crazy? So it seems by all the powers and means, and of course the people who run and control Africa and of course Kenya, I've told those judges, you better watch. And then we had the CIA in Kenya. I mean, make it make sense. Connect the dots. I mean, we have the judges refusing this. Then the president comes, says we have corrupt judges, and then we have 36 billion added, and then we have undisclosed number of people who have withdrawn. But hey, despite that, we don't care. We pocketed the money. So 1,000 of you must go, like it or not. Yeah? Like it or not. And before that, we had the CIA. Oh my God. I mean, someone must have been pressed in the balls. Like, you better do it. You kept the money. We don't want the money back. You keep it. You go on a vacation when you want to. Take your wife anywhere she wants. I mean, you want some bulletproof cars like Tinibu? I'm going to give it to you. Just do it. I told you, do it. The whole world is waiting on you. You are our hope, okay? Politics is so amazing. Trust me. Oh, my God. Anyone who doesn't get it, like, shout out to the young man who was here. He was like, yeah, politics ain't my shit. Like, that's going to be kind of tough for you. If you don't understand how the world works, boy. You are so much into sports, baby. You distracted. You understand? We discussed about the games, the distraction, why they're meant to be destructive. You can only be distracted if you want to be distracted, but you can still, watch the games and stay focused. But majority of our people apparently get lost. Completely lost, completely lost. It's crazy. They also add that the exact date on which the officers will leave the country remains unknown. I won't be surprised if they leave without us knowing, because I mean, we already have a number of people who have been deployed there and they're dying on their way. And it's a government to government matter. Let's leave it at that. They also had Haitian Prime Minister Henry has said he will resign following the weeks of mounting chaos by the gangs demanding for his removal. Mr. Henry agreed to step down and to make a way for the transition authority, and his country wrestles with growing anarchy. It is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. But I can't wait to see what is going to be happening. But before we move on, let us see how much was Benin offered to deploy their people. How much did Benin receive to deploy 2,000 troops to Haiti? To deploy 2,000 troops to Haiti. They just offered? No, they didn't just offer. Of course, they were paid some amount of money. Let us check how much it is. So much money. Of course, they're starting with 100 and something. That was on February 27th this year, where we saw Benin offering 2,000 troops to support planned. Continue. I hate these pages that don't allow you to read articles. Let me see. But I see they were offered 2 million. The United States it as itself committed 200 million to pledge to boost efforts to stem the following arms. Okay, let me read that. Let me see if I can get that. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm certain they were given money. It's not for free. Somebody was paid somewhere. They're saying 200 million. I'm just seeing in most of the articles right here. I don't know if it's from the US supporting the whole thing or how much did Benin. I want Benin. But anyway, sorry for another day. Yeah, that is what is happening. So shout out to our people. I don't know what to say, but I wish you all the best. You're taking yourselves to a lion of den, the den of a lion, however you want to pronounce it. And I'm so sorry that our families or your families are not going to be able to do anything, because you can see a perfect example of one of you who's already died. It's a government to government matter. Money has already been pocketed, so your body can be taken somewhere for science. I mean, you and then you understand you are a black person. you you're going to battle with people who are funded for this war. It's crazy. You're going there with your innocent mind. I'm going to fight for justice. It is so sad and crazy, man. I fear for them, feel for them, but I wish them all the best. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? I don't think I'd want to work for this country in any way. If once the money is pocketed, you cannot say no. You agreed to be working here. You can't say no. You agreed to be in the position you are in, so you can't withdraw. You can't withdraw. But I also see Mr. Black of Fire says, yes, they are all paid exactly. And I also see you saying that the barbecue is coming for them. I know. I mean, what a name. Why is it called a barbecue? The heck? Why? It sounds like a joke, but it's a joke with the command. You get it? Like, you laugh at the name, but I run the streets. I make it spray. Like, I run the streets. You say what you want to say about my barbecue name, but I run the streets, and that is what's up. It is insane. But anyway, as we move on, before we get to the major focus of the day, which is about Tshisekedi and Tinubu, who are about to be meeting today, I hope, and I bet so, and have discussions about the ongoing crisis in northern Kivu, and of course, so many parts of DRC Congo where we can see people fleeing. In Chad, we can see that there has been an introduction of free water and electricity, something positive to report and super amazing. But I pose a question. Every time I see Africans getting help, and it's something that people have been fighting for, question the funding behind it. Who's paid the price for this? I mean, do we have another Mr. How is he called? I can't remember his name. Mr. Who? I can't remember that Mzungu's name. Who came to Kenya? Not Mr. Bean. I can't remember his name, but him. Yeah. Whoever who came to Kenya, I can't remember his name. Question it. Every time you see Mr. Beast, yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Keith. Every time we see Africans getting help, follow the sources of this help. How did this person benefit? Because Africans will not just put a smile on their face without anyone paying the price. That is what so far we've seen. They want to see us frowning. So putting this smile on our face comes with a price. But Chad's government has announced that it would provide free water and electricity for households until the end of the year, only for a period of time. Why? The monthly household consumption payable by the government is kept at 15 cubic meters, that is 15,000 liters of water, and 300 oh my god, not even megawatts. It's not even megawatts. 300 kWh, kilowatts. Should I pronounce kilowatts or kilowatts? I don't know. But this is a small amount distribution of electricity. What is this? This is a joke. Even for the water, it doesn't make a sense. It doesn't make sense. Because one, I need to know, did they collect the data of how many people need free water or don't have water in their households? And where's this money coming from? How is the government? Because I wanna understand the situation of Chad. You know, how poor is Chad? Let's see. How poor is Chad? A landlocked country of 16.8 million, Chad ranks among the poorest countries in the world today. Oh my God. More than 6.1 million Canadians require humanitarian assistance. That was as of 2022, and I bet even as of today. Shout out to Google for always telling us nonsense as of. It was not as of. This is still an ongoing situation. And almost 1/3 of the country's population. Wow. I mean, so you want to tell me in a 16.8 million population, did the government collect the data of how many people in the whole country need water? Or is it just the city people? Because let's start by there. Where's this money coming from? Where the government is the one to pay for this monthly household consumption? And why just distribute 300 whatever of electricity, which does not even add up to 16 point what? That is like, oh my God. The government that was yesterday say it would clear water and electricity bills for residents with outstanding errors. Let's see if Chad is in debt. Is Chad in debt? Prices. I didn't see that coming, being honest. Chad is no longer in debt distress. Do you believe that, Keith? I tend to doubt it. Shout out to UK Williams. Nice to see you. Karibu Sana. And I also see you saying that it's a busy day listening at work. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate for your time. And welcome to today's conversation. I bet you joined in late today, but you can always watch the rest of the show on a replay in case you came in late. But yeah, I don't believe it. And if it is true, something is just not adding up then. For me, at least for now, something is not adding up about Chad. They also add that it also announces to cut its transport taxes that will lower transport costs, which hiked last month with a rise in fuel prices. Chad's junta leader and interim president, Chad's junta. If I try to check out this country, it's still involved with the UN, the EU. Is Chad a member of the AU, the UN, and the EU? Chad pleads with Chad pleads with the UN. Chad pleads with the Chad always pleading. Why are you pleading? So there's no junta here. What you can see from real juntas, none of them are pleading anything. They're not begging for a thing. So there's no democracy in this country. And if there was any democracy, we'd see Ibrahim Traoré and the rest of the juntas working together with Chad. So yeah. Makes a lot of sense. And they also add that that Chad's junta and interim president did sanction the policy to assist households. A joint statement by the presidency and finance minister also added some Canadians perceive the move as Mr. Davis' attempt to to voters. Of course, they're doing this
Right.
because I think Chad did announce its election date. Can I remember?
All right.
Let me.
All right. Let me explain Chad to you, Joby. Let me explain.
Yeah.
Chad is a colonized country. It's another fake country where the president, the president, the junta, what they call it, which is a lie,
Yeah.
is the son of the former president who got killed. Right, two years ago, I want to say now. So
Yeah.
it's the same fake democracy shit. The son is now the junta now. It's not a real junta. It's France controls. That's why all the troops from Niger went next door to Chad. Remember, all the French went to Chad. It's a controlled country, it's a controlled African country. That's why it's impoverished. Of course, it would be rich if they controlled the resources, which they don't. So it's another remnant of a French colony. That's why it's so impoverished, because the
Yeah.
French were way worse than the English as far as keeping the African completely impoverished and stealing everything. So
And that's why I'm
that
asking, do you believe that they are not in debt? I don't believe that.
they don't control the country, whether they're in debt or not. Doesn't matter. The French, of course, they're in debt because their money. Look, ask Google what is the currency of Chad. It's going to be the French franc. Ask them. So they don't control their own money. How you a country you ain't got your own money? Franc. So of course they're in debt. They're in debt to France. France controls it. It's like it's not a real country. It's a puppet state of France. So just ask Google what is the Chadian currency, and those going to be the franc something. Ask them. I don't know what the hell it is. It's going to be something to do with something to do with the franc. So ask Google, Joby, what is the
Central
Chadian?
and
Not the Central
they're calling it.
African. Chadian.
Yeah, they're saying that the currency in Chad is the Central Africa CFA franc. That is the
So it's the franc.
The-
So it's the franc. I told you. I know it's going to be the franc. The franc. Yeah, the franc. The franc. So we know it's going to be the franc. So they share the same currency as Central African Republic. And Central African Republic was a French colony that's backward and impoverished. These countries in Africa that would be wealthy, but they're so backward and impoverished because they were French colonies. So do they have any real wealth? I mean, do they control anything? No. They're puppet states. So they do what they're told to do, and so that's why the president or the junta is the son of the last moron who the French put in there, who the French made the leader. So it's not a real country. Chad is a phony country. It's not a real country. It's a country created by it's a colonial country created by the French. And that is not a real country. And the French control it. The French have their currency in there, and you niggas will do what you're told to do. And that's what you see. So yeah, so that's why you can't. Everybody got no real electrical grid. You grown ass people, but you can't build grown ass men, but you can't build electricity in your country that helps anybody. Everybody's sitting in the dark,
Imagine.
playing the
what type
Allah.
of
And Allah ain't gave you nothing yet. It's only niggas play the Allah and Jesus and it's sitting in absolute poverty. It's absolutely crazy. All the rest of the world calls you a child. You sit there, oh Allah, and all this old goofy shit you talk about. Why you don't even got no electricity? Negroes ain't building.
If I can tell you sand and you believe that is fertilizer, I mean you are a baby. So don't tell me otherwise.
Yeah,
You are.
I know.
You need to go wake up. God damn. Man.
That's what I told you. How can you and these people have children. These are grown people. So imagine that's why you're dominated. That's why they keep Africans ignorant. Ignorance in Africa is astronomical. It's crazy. And that's why when they see the Jobies and these other people on TikTok, white man's like, something's, hey, we don't like this. We don't like this. That's why your TikTok thing is right now. Nobody's on there because you're being shadow banned right now.
It is crazy, but that is what is happening in Chad, and I believe this is because of the coming election. That's why they're providing free water and electricity to
Of course.
households.
Yeah, of course.
Gas.
It's the fake election. They'll make a difference. They'll make them believe that they out there and they out there voting. The French will put whoever they want up in there to support whatever the Europeans want. It's a puppet state, created as a puppet state, hasn't known any freedom. That's why it's impoverished. Like I said, no African nation should be impoverished, but it's one of the poorest countries on the planet. Why is it? And the people that they put in power are the most despicable, because they don't do nothing for the people. So they are the most despicable bastards they are. That's on purpose. So when you look at Africa, fam, understand it's copy and paste, and they make sure the Africans don't even know each other because somebody put the borders up. They don't know that all the other African nations are just as corrupt, and they put their deeds up there while they can still give somebody damn bags of damn sand, and nobody gets goddamn taken out. Nobody say, hey, you know what? Bag of sand right there. You're supposed to be done with an inch of your life. The government did that, but they know their people are too ignorant to do anything about it. That's on purpose.
That's true. But anyway, before we get closer to winding up, as we get to the major focus of the day, because I have less time left, is about Tshisekedi, who's supposed to be meeting with Paul Kagame, and the discussion. Rather, the article says that Rwanda President Paul Kagame has agreed to meet with the Democratic Republic of Congo counterpart Felix Tshisekedi to discuss the ongoing crisis in East Congo, the Angolan government.
They're only doing this now because they're going to come for Kagame. They're going to come to break his fucking back. That's why Kagame, remember, said he didn't want to meet Tshisekedi, and it's all lies. Now South Africa losing men, and the South Africans want to know, hey, you better go get this nigga now. Now the fun and games have stopped. We're not going to listen to no more goofy speeches on YouTube. We're not going. We don't want to hear no more goofy speeches of Kagame fighting a white man, all that old nonsense. we don't want to hear no more of that. We got Africans dying, fucking around with his ass. So they're letting them know, we're gonna come see you, nigga. You don't need Tshisekedi. We're gonna come see you. We're gonna come see you. So white man's propaganda is not gonna save you. They'll put that puppet in Rwanda, but it won't be you. You've done too much damage. We're gonna have to come and see you. So, that's what's happened. So everybody say, Tshisekedi, we can talk things out. Tshisekedi's a no good puppet. We can talk things out, and just let us stay in that part and let us keep stealing that part. We won't kill as many people, but just let us steal, because the Europeans back us both, and we don't do what they want us to do. They get rid of both of us.
It is crazy.
Because
but because
now the heat is on. Now the heat is on both of us now, Tshisekedi. The world is now seeing. The world never gave a shit about the Congo, but now with this social media shit, people can see that we're both boot-licking coons. That's proposed a problem, Tshisekedi. I can't pretend I'm this great statesman. Go ahead, Joe.
And like I said, there is some evidence that Rwanda is supporting M23 rebel, and I want to read some facts of it before I get to finish with what the meeting is all about.
When are their people, Joe? But they're Rwandans. M23 are Rwandans. They're not Congolese.
I know, but he has been in denial. For me, I know, but of course, Kagame has been in denial and all that. But they're saying that one of the facts is that
he's been in lying, damn it, denial. He's been in lying.
Rwanda military presence operations in DRC confirmed by surrendered M23 combats, as well as East Africa Community regional forces, and an eyewitness have identified Rwanda troops through their indistinct military equipment, uniforms, and spoken language. In August 2023, aerial footage and photographs reveal soldiers with weapons and backpacks similar to Rwanda issued equipment, matching the Ratrush, whatever it is.
And imagine they're speaking Rwandese. They're speaking Rwandese. They're not speaking Swahili, and they're not speaking Lingala. The two languages in Congo are Swahili and Lingala, and these Negroes are not speaking neither one of them. They're speaking Rwandese.
And they also added that the French military intelligence did confirm that Rwanda Defense Forces own that is some mobile surface-to-air missiles system, and that was found in the rebel-held Rutush territory. And there is no evidence armed groups have the know-how or resources operate
Yeah,
and maintain.
the money, Joby. How these infantry rebels got the money for advanced weaponry? That's what they're saying. The French are just telling themselves how they got the money for the advanced weaponry, Joby, and how to use them. That's what he's saying. So how, like all these goofy Negroes that are running around Africa, these fake terrorist groups, all broke, Joby. Y'all broke. Where's the money coming from? They don't got no business. They don't got no businesses. They don't got no jobs. Go ahead.
The evidence is there, but of course, we've seen that is Paul Kagame being in denial, and they're saying that the agreement, which of the discussion of the meeting, followed a meeting that happened yesterday in Angola's capital, Luanda, between Mr. Kagame and Angola President João Lourenço, the African Union's mediator, and that is about the DRC Congo crisis.
I know they ain't go. Kagame, you lucky these dumbass Angolans allowed the white man to come back in and haul out their military. You lucky, nigga. You lucky. You so lucky. They Angola, with the spirit of Queen of Zing, they would come to see you, nigga. They would come to see. They would have been already came to see you. You so lucky that being Africans, being stupid again, after they beat South Africa, beat the white man, they allowed them to come in and hollow out their military. Because Kagame, Angolans would come to see you. Well, they really Congolese. That big country called Angola, that was part of the Congo kingdom. So they are part of Congo. So they would come see you, nigga. They would come to see you. See, even though the white man made the fake border, causing now they supposed to be Angolans, they know they fucking Congolese. They know that was the kingdom of Congo. Not because the white man said this is going to be Congo, this is going to be the second Congo, and this is going to be Angola. No, they know they're Congolese. They come see you. You lucky.
It would be
Tell
amazing.
you. You lucky.
It would be amazing to see revolution. He's not. I don't think he's lucky because people know. So many people know right now from so many African countries, even Africans outside the continent know he's the one to blame. And featuring Museveni, they are to blame for all this mess. So, it will all take a revolution, and I can't wait, Manze. If there's only how these people can be stoned to death, that would be an amazing way to make one suffer, or cut their fingers every single day, the pain,
I want them,
and make
I don't want
them
them.
have.
I want them stoned. I want them face just hang like act like any other criminal. I don't want to go back to. I want them to hang. I don't want the old school stoning nobody. That's like some biblical shit. I want you fake justice. Say that you've been found. I want you give. I want them to give you a fair trial. We know you're guilty, but I want you to give you a fair trial. Then I want your ass hanged on public TV. And let that be shown to every one of you fake terrorists out there getting money from these white people running around in your motorcycles and causing trouble. So this is the fate. If Africans unite, this is gonna be your fate. Because the white man won't have no money to pay you because all the money is in Africa. We're not fucking around with no more paper money. The real wealth is what we have. So you run around on your bikes and killing people. That's gonna come to an end. That's gonna stop.
It will come to an end. But anyway, family, I'm also coming to the end of the conversation of today. Hope you guys
do me a favor, hold on, Joey, because you're gonna disappear on me. While they doing this show, go back to the back room, call me on there. I'll show you how to set up the desk and stuff.
Okay. All right, family. Okay. Much love for those who shall catch the show. The replay, kindly enjoy.
Joey, too smart. Joey, smart. Okay, shout out to you guys. You don't know those. I don't deal with the politics. You don't know. I invest in my sports, nigga. You can't. You already disqualified yourself. You out of there, nigga. you out of there. You are. If you're listening, you already been X'd. That's how life works, Joby.
Remember to catch Money and Kamlesh on the network and also
Right.
on TikTok. And later we shall be back with the Black Kings frequency.
We can't hire you. We can't hire you to sit there with Shimani and you don't know nothing. I can't take it, Katie, no more, who didn't know nothing and teaching, and she get talking crazy. Like, you might be like, and I gotta get rid of your ass. That's love, man.